Okay, old Smith & Wesson revolver, and you want to clean up this crane and all these parts, the ejector, extractor, and this rod. And maybe it's so dirty and it's been left that way for so long that it's carboned up and hardened in there, and you're not able to just work oil in here and clean it out. So what I'll do is I'll lay the gun down firmly on a mat, and then I've got a special screwdriver that's been fitted for this front screw, but you can purchase those. I'm going to put it in there, make sure it's not sliding one way or another, because if it is and not seated perfectly into that screw, you can damage the bluing on the frame or booger up the slot in the screw. So I'm going to get it perfectly in there, centered. Then I'm going to hold it in place down at the base like that. I'm going to put a little downward pressure on it, and when I feel that it's just right and I've got perfect control over it, I'm just going to give it a little snap, and hopefully it's not any more difficult than that. And then as soon as I can, I'm just going to use my fingers to go the rest of the way. Now when I open up the cylinder, it should come right out, but yours may be a little bit sticky. That's okay, but get that out. And then you've got your cylinder and crane all out, your ejector rod and your extractor on that end, okay? And it may be really sticky and grindy at first. Okay, so what I'll do is remove it out of the cylinder, and then I've got a couple of choices. I could put this in a padded vise, but don't grab just the tip. If you do put it in a padded vise with leather or rubber, grab the entire, as long as much of this length that you can with the vise. Don't tighten it too tight, and then you should be able to just snap. Sometimes a little quick snap will break these things free easier than a slow push. And so once you do that, if you have to, you can use one of these tools. You put it on there, but you only go as deep as the knurling. See that texture? You don't push it all the way down till it's riding on the bluing. You just go just deep enough, and then you tighten this up, and then a little snap. This one, I don't have it super tight, so I've already got it loose. So I'm going to take counterclockwise, take out the extractor rod, and you'll see it's got only a few simple parts. It's got this rod. It almost looks like an ink pen filler. And then it's got the spring over the top, and it goes in. But what you don't want to lose is this little bushing. And be careful, because if they've ever done work on an older one, they may have added an additional 10 thousandths, for example, shim right behind that to eliminate the end shake of the cylinder. And so you don't want to lose that. So, and then if you want to remove the extractor, sometimes you can push on it from this other end if it's stuck, but it'll come out. You'll notice that there are two little pins. Make sure they're not damaged or bent right here. Okay, two little pins, and they fit in the back of, in those two little holes. There's also a little ridge here. You can see the ridge, a key. Where is it? Okay, right there. See that little slot at the top? Long ways. It fits on this little key in there. So once this is all cleaned up and just a very light coat of lube, then put it back together. You don't want lube running out of the gun or getting on the stocks back here, which that'll happen. Sometimes rifles are real bad about that. People laying rifle stocks that way. So just simply put it back together. Lube that. You can use a power drill, like a electric drill, and you can, and a bronze brush to clean these areas out, and that is a really good trick. So first thing is, I'll look for that little key there, and then line up this slot, and where is it? Okay, and then put that back in there and hold it all the way. Put this back together, and you see the spring is resting on that little bushing, and then go in, and it'll come in contact. Now, here's where you're, be careful, is turn this in reverse, and you'll hear it click, click, click. As soon as you hear the click, then start tightening. That'll avoid cross threading. If you start to feel it trying to cross thread into the ejector side, stop and take it all apart and fix that. But then once you have this tight, you could reassemble it. What I would do is put it in a vise, or put this on and just slightly tighten the rod, because if this comes loose while you're shooting it, you know, hand tight will come loose eventually. You just want that extra little touch of torque to keep it from bringing your gun down while you're shooting it, or the cylinder won't open. It'll keep firing, but the cylinder won't open. A little difficult to get all of that mess undone. When it happens, I'm going to put it all back together. Just want to be careful not to scratch the frame. But I'm blind here, not enough light. Kitchen table, and then close it. And then put the screw back in. The same thing that I did before. I'm going to hand tighten it a little ways. It'll take out any slop or play. And I'm going to carefully center this end of the slot and get all the way flat in there. Brace the bottom, and then gently tighten it back up. Make sure I don't feel myself scratching the frame at all. Then I'm going to go down and put about 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of a turn extra. Just barely tighten it. It won't come out. And then now I'm back together, and this thing is like glass. And if I cleaned the cylinders while it was apart, I'd be real happy about that. Then I'll just probably clean all the crap around this forcing cone, and clean the breech face and the bore. And now, if you ever have to, you can take off these other screws, take out these other screws, loosen your mainspring, and you can tap this plate, tap it here on the end, and this plate will come off, and then you can maintain the internals. But I wouldn't do that unless you know what you're doing.